Assalamualaikum everyone, and today I'll be teaching you guys how to use the basic formula of math in Excel, which is plus, minus, division and multiplication. To input the formula, first you have to put the equal sign and then insert the value. It's like using the old Casio calculator. You can also use a bracket to overlap the formula. And as you can see, it gives the same results if you just use the normal ones. You can also pick value from a different cell, and the value inside the cell will represent, and as you can see here, you can stack as much as you want. For example, see, we get a tree from all the value, and you can change the value inside the cell and it will give a different result. It will change simultaneously. Okay, next, to insert a function, you can either click the insert function column in formulas and the top left, or you can use the equal sign and just type the function you want to input. For example, count if, and as the name suggests, count if is it will count if something fit the criteria. For example, I click this column and I say the criteria is F, and it will count the amount of F inside the criteria. See, we can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and yep, it's the correct number. Now if I add an S, you see the amount of criteria you can put is a lot more, and also the range. So now I say we pick the column for H, and I want to say the F, that's also, let's see, bigger than and similar to. This is how you input bigger than and similar to, just for information. Okay, 19, and we get 6, meaning that inside the value there are 1 person who is not above 18. And let's say I change to 20, the value will change accordingly. Now, you can also use a cell as a reference. But to use a cell as a reference, you have to put the limitation inside a bracket and put an N, and then click the cell. That's how you do it. So if I change the number inside the cell, it will change accordingly. See? Okay, now we will learn the formula if. And if is different from count if, it is 1 to 1. And here I put the limitation inside the logical test. Then going to the value, you can say if it is bigger or same with 4, and then it's satisfied. And if not, then it's unsatisfied. And just click enter. So here, the thing here why it's wrong is because I didn't put the double bracket. This is something that most people miss. It's very important when you want to insert a word. Now we just pull it down, and it will copy on our cell. See here, G3, and above is G2 on the cell. See, pick the cell inside the same column. And now let's use ifs with the S. And what we can use the ifs with is to input a lot of result, which is more than 2, because in the if there's only 2 result, which is the if true and if false. So let's say here, the loads per week from the data, we say if 3, then let's say meet. Now I input all the data inside, and we just pull it down. See, just accordingly to the value that we get. Now let's use all the function we learned to do the actual analysis. Here gender, we just use count if, and here I'm gonna show you guys something interesting, in which is how to log a data. Okay, so for now we are just gonna put the how we do earlier, pick the range, and to lock the range, we can put $sign in front of every column and row, and then I say F is the criteria. Just pick the cell and then you just put it down, and you can see the range doesn't change even though the criteria change. That's how you change it. And now I'm gonna use H, which is still count if, but we will be using a different way, which is using the bigger or less than, and we put, see the oldest one is 23, so we put 23, and then we pick the younger one, which is 70 to 19. Okay, now we center the words to make it beautiful, and the amount of user, let's use the formula count if, and then S, because we want to put a lot of criteria. Then we use the criteria, we pick the range, use 19 to that, and we lock the criteria using $sign. Now we choose the criteria, which is use the equal or bigger with the double bracket, and then the end, pick the number, and we also pick another one which is smaller or same, with the same range of criteria. Smaller and same. Okay, to the 23, which is the cell there. And for some reason this is not lighting up. Oh, this is because I forgot to put the end there. Okay, sorry. Now click enter, and it should change, and we just pull it down. The range of criteria doesn't change, but the criteria itself change. So this is how you can use it. So you can just put a lot of criteria on the cell, on the left column, and you can just pull it down, so you don't have to write it multiple times. And now we are gonna see which of these is most preferable by looking at the amount of usage. And here I want to show how you don't have to lock both the row and the column. You can just lock the row only, because the column doesn't change. You only put it down. So see, this is with the same result as the H above. And I think that's all from me. I hope my instruction is clear, and if there's something that's not clear, you can just rewatch the video again. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great time.